Hello lovelies, and welcome to the Marvgold Series channel. Today I'm going to be taking you through how to thicken your watery liquid soap. I'm also going to be explaining those things that could make your liquid soap go watery. From beginning to the end, we are going to be having an understanding of refining our watery liquid soap. Come along with me. So you can see here, I have my water, I have my bowl. I'm going to be using this bowl as my mixing bowl. And then I have the watery liquid soap. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to be telling us what could cause the watery, a liquid soap to get this watery. So you can see that it's still foaming, but it's so watery. So we're going to be thickening it a little, and you are going to be getting clue from that. You can see me, I measured 1 liter of water. Now, this particular liquid soap is around 9 to 10 liters. So I measured just 1 liter of water, which is just like 10% of what I really want to thicken. Then I measured 50 gram of natural soap. For this particular one, I measured 50 gram of natural soap. Now, I'm putting up 50 to 70 gram because you may want your soap to be thicker than what I'm going to end up making at the end of this video. So if you want a thicker consistency, then you are going to have to add 70 gram or maybe even 100 gram. Now, here is sulfonic acid. You can see me holding sulfonic acid. I am measuring and adding 125 ml of my sulfonic acid. I'm sure you are wondering, the soap is still foaming. So why am I still adding sulfonic acid? Sulfonic acid is going to thicken, is going to raise the cellulose to activity. It's going to make that cellulose to perform the act of thickening that we are going to do. Now, if you dissolve your cellulose in water and pour it directly into the soap, you may not get the desired result. But if you use this method, maybe you are making a bigger version or you are making a smaller version, your soap will definitely be thick. So here, I poured in my cellulose into 1 liter of water. I poured in 50 gram of cellulose, and then I added in my sulfonic acid. Thereafter, I started to mix it up together. I did a kind of thorough mixing, trying to bring it up, trying to bring it on. And after a while, as you can see, the soap will become thick. Now, when your soap is thick, make sure that you do not carry the thick one and pour into the watery one. No, you're not supposed to do that. You will start to take from this watery one and start to pour it into the thicker one little by little. Don't forget, in our liquid soap production, I'm used to discussing this little by little. I use the phrase little by little very often. So if you have watched this video to this end, don't forget to subscribe. If you are a newbie on this channel, there are values. It's been a while and I'm back now to be able to give you values in liquid soap, in bar soap, in black soap, in the business of soap making. We go beyond just teaching you the soap, where I'm going to teach you the soap. I'm telling you, you are not supposed to do this. So I'm showing this one that don't pour the thicker one into the lighter one just yet. Wait until you have been able to incorporate the thicker one to a very good level. Now you can see that after I poured in the light one, I'm using the turning stick to turn it. Even though while I was doing this, I was not doing it this fast. But because I don't want the video to be too long, I had to increase the speed of the video when I'm doing it so that you can have an understanding. So the moral of this is that pour in your cellulose into your water, add in your natural soap, then start to thicken. Now, for some people, this particular thickening may just be okay. They may not need to add the remaining one. But because of this video, I wanted to show us how we can thicken our liquid soap. I wanted to show us how we can divide a portion of our liquid soap into different portions for those of us that are interested in making souvenir. I didn't stop at that. So this liquid soap will be thick enough for some people, and this liquid soap may not be thick enough. So if it's not thick enough for you, please increase your cellulose when you are making this mixture. Understand that if you make 100 liters of soap and you are supposed to thicken it, you may be needing 100 gram of cellulose and you may be needing 5 to 10 liters of water, depending on how light the soap you want to thicken is. So when you have done that, you are expected to add your sulfonic acid. Alternatively, you can add caustic soda to the cellulose water to thicken it. However, if you add cellulose, your soap is going to become ash. The pH of that soap will not be okay. Therefore, we introduce sulfonic acid for two reasons. Firstly, adding sulfonic acid will maintain the foaming ability of the soap. So by the time you are done, the soap is not going to be less foamy because you have introduced water where you added your cellulose to be able to thicken the soap. So adding sulfonic will serve dual purpose. It will thicken it, at the same time it is also going to give it foaming. So thereafter I poured it in, then I now wanted to package this into different containers. So pouring it into this should not be too soon. Something went wrong with my camera along this line, please bear with me. So turning it into the other bowl, maybe a bath, maybe you are doing something of 100 liters and you took this black bowl and you poured in your 5 liters of water and you poured in your 100 gram, you should not pour it back into the original soap so fast. Wait until you have been able to make sure that you have done that one you are mixing. It is well formulated. It is no longer watery before you now before you pour that inside the major bowl. Now, thereafter, we divided this into different bowls. I measured 2 liters into different bowls. I added different colors. I just wanted to demonstrate to us how we can do this, maybe for purpose of souvenir. This is like a behind the scene of when we make videos for us, when we make soap for the souvenir, maybe a sample batch, or we are really doing it for souvenir. You take different bowls, you measure out the soap from the main bowl, put it into the different bowls, then you add your color. Then after you add your color, you start pouring it into your container. Now, because this particular one we are doing is just for sample size to teach the thickening of liquid soap and to show them how to package this, we use different containers to do this experiment. And thereafter, I started showing so that people can see that despite the fact that the soap was watery, it was now eventually thickened, it was still very transparent. Your soap will not change consistency, it will not change transparency. I mean, it will still be transparent if you thicken it from a lighter one. Now, sulfonic is one of the reasons. Excess sulfonic is one of the things that can make your liquid soap to go bad. Also, this perfume, if you use concentrated perf, it is also another reason that can make your liquid soap to go bad or to be extremely watery. So this particular fragrance is raw, so you are supposed to break the rawness of your perf before adding it into your soap. I also showed the behind the scene of all those pictures I did, then I now brought you to what I'll be showing in my next video. I hope to see you in my next video.